Hi, I'm Dr. Pam Brewer, and I'm here to talk with you for a short time about virtual teams and team charters. This podcast supports the virtual team project that I am collaborating with Dr. Minakori at the University of Paris Diderot. So, virtual teams are teams whose members collaborate using technology instead of meeting face-to-face. They are often composed of people from multiple nations, and many of you may already have worked in such teams, but all of you are likely to do so in your future careers, as these teams are so very common in supporting multinational organizations. So teaming, as you may already know, has some real challenges that can be avoided with good planning. And if you avoid those problems, you can greatly increase your productivity. This is especially true in virtual teams because trust and relationships take more time to build in virtual teams, but you don't usually have more time. So you've got to be very deliberate in trying to remove as many problems or potential problems as you can. One of the tools I'd like to start with for our work together this semester is a team charter. So a team charter is a document that is developed in a group setting that clarifies team direction while establishing boundaries. It's developed early during the forming of the team, and the charter should be developed in a group session to encourage understanding and buy-in by all members. So you will be developing a team charter, and the idea with the charter is that everyone in your group, and you'll be in teams of Mercer University and University of Paris Diderot students, everybody in the team needs to agree on everything that goes into the charter. This is the time for you all to talk about how you want things done, what you want to accomplish, and how you want to get there. And as a team, you need to agree on those things and then put them in the charter. The charter is a working document, which means it's not client-facing. It is for the use of your team, and you can update it in the course of teamwork. Maybe you find out that one of the policies that you established for your team is not working the way you'd like for it to. You can make those updates at any time as long as you have agreement of all of your team members. So here's one example of a team charter. It's nothing fancy. And in fact, let's see, I think let me slide this view just for a moment. You'll see the pieces that might go in a charter, the team purpose, the duration of the project, usually deliverables, scope, membership. You don't see them here, but the roles of team members are usually included. And at the end, or although it doesn't actually have to be at the end, you need to include your communication expectations. Many times we don't talk about what our communication expectations are with one another. And so many of the problems that you might have in a team occur because I don't understand your expectations or you don't understand my expectations. So one of the sections of your charter needs to be communication expectations and mediations, what you're going to do about it if members of your team don't meet the expectations of the team. One way to accomplish, I put one more example of a charter in here. This one is less formal. It just kind of shows you that the format of the charters can vary a lot, but the basic information that goes into them is the same. Finally, I want to point out that meta-communication is another tool that you can use, and it's used to establish communication expectations, which you will put into your team charters. The next podcast that you'll be watching will go into more detail on metacommunication, but the idea is that you brainstorm, analyze, and agree on those expectations and then put them in your team. Thank you very much, and you can move on to the podcast on metacommunication.